Hello, everybody. What's going on? A short live show today. Thought I'd come at you. Holy mackerel, hair disaster, but hey, coming at you. I want to talk about this Hirschbach thing. Number of you sent this in. $30,000 sign-on. What do we think about that? What does it say about a company that has to have a $30,000 sign-on bonus? I'm not seeing it better. There we go. I think we can get it better going on there. What do you think about a $30,000 sign-on bonus? Is that any good? I doubt it. Holy moly. $30,000. No, it's $30,000 Crater Maker. Okay, after 3 years, I should say that. It's a $30,000 sign-on after 3 years. So here's how it works. $5,000 the first year, okay? $10,000 the second year at the end of the second, and $15,000 at the end of the third year. All right, so that is money. That's money right there. Now, I'm not saying that's not money, and I think they'll give it to you. I'm not saying nobody's getting it or whatever. No way. Okay, so absolutely. Hey, Joe Worley, what's going on? Paul Bynes, doing good here. Wild Bill, hello. Scott Reel, no one ever seen Nickel. I don't know. I hit like before you speak. Sterling, I appreciate that. You get a gold star for that. Now, I'm not saying they're not paying it. They probably are paying it because that would be all over the place. But here's the thing. What does that say about a place that needs to give you 30 grand? And what if you started like 2 months ago there, and now you're seeing these other people in a few years, they're going to be getting a $15,000 check and you're going to get Zippo. So I don't know if that's great anyway. It's more of a retention bonus. Okay. They're calling it a sign-on bonus, at least in ads that I see. Okay. They are saying that, and they're saying it. Yeah. As retention to stay, you get the money. I agree with you, but it's not going for, the whole thing. Look, that's $200 a week. Why don't I just give you $200 a week? Hirschbach is saying it's hero pay. Yeah, that's what they'd like to say. They actually don't say that. The only people I've actually seen using that are England, where they say all heroes, please come and work here. Okay, so basically Hirschbach's giving you $200 a week to stay there. So how about that? Is that any good? And, this is the place, remember, that'll fly you in on their company jet because they couldn't get people to come and work there. So what about guys that have been there? Yeah, that's why I never like a sign-on bonus. Some 10,000. So you've been there all these years, you get nothing. And then people that come work there, they get all the, they don't ever do anything for people that are already there. I don't like it. They'll find a way to not pay you. Yeah, I'm not saying that about it. Will they pay you? I think they'll pay you. I mean, they've run tons of ads about it. I don't know how they would ever get out of it. I guess they could fire you right before the end of that because you have to work there the whole time. I don't know how that would work. I guess it's possible, but let's assume they're paying it. What do we think about, that kind of thing? Charm City trucker that can't be for company drivers. No, I actually looked and the ads say company drivers. So yeah, absolutely. Cash Skink Trucking, what's happening? Today is a Monday. No, getting on here live today. I thought I'd just do a few minute live because it is 30,000. I want to add some more live shows in, spice it up. We'll spice it up a little bit. It's all spicy out there. Okay. Very comfortable, man. 30,000. They're running the ads, and a number of you sent me the ads. Many of you have sent it. And, when you look at it, it shows 30 grand, 5,000 first year, 10,000 second year, 15,000 third year. I would like a retention, something like, say it's 500 a year and it goes up $250 every year that you stay. How about that for everybody? So next year, 750, next year, 1,000. The longer you stay, the more you get. That'd be great. And I'd pay out those kind of bonuses, like say the second week of Christmas. Try putting APOs on the truck and they'll keep drivers. That's funny because I just 2 minutes ago, I was reading an ad, APUs on most trucks. That's what the ad says. I never worked there. I don't know. So I don't know about that. No car shopping. It was all rainy today. I just got to drive by the lot, so I didn't actually get to get out. But it was raining pretty good here in Lafayette, finally, after a super dry week. What's the other company running late today? Yeah, Hirschbach. Hirschbach is running this $30,000 sign-on. Just want to see what people thought about that. What do drivers think about $30,000 sign-on? Would that get you to go there? That's how to get rid of drivers. They know the industry and get fresh meat. Yeah, they quit after 11 months. Oh, I'm sure they know that most of their people won't get it. But if you stay 3 years, it's like an extra $200 a week they've thrown in your pocket for the whole time. Not bad. If you mess up a little bit, you lose it. It does say no strings attached. I was hoping a Hirschbach driver might come in here and chime in on actually how the process works there. So all I can go by is what their ads say. No strings attached. That's what it says. But you know what that means? There's always strings attached. When they say no strings, there's more strings, probably. You can't wait to read the fine print. I know. I'm hoping. Does anybody work at Hirschbach want to say what's going on? Hey, Geeks Trucking, what's going on? Are you basically hauling the military around the country? I love it. If you want to haul the gigantic loads, go watch Geeks Trucking. Holy mackerel. I'm sure if you, let's see, I can't wait to read the fine print. I agree. Right. I have friends that work there. Hot mess. All right. What do they say? Are they paying the bonus? You know, what's happening? Well, Bon, a company offered you 40,000. Really? Who, if you want to tell us who's that? I thought 30 is the biggest one I've seen so far. Work at these places for the bonus and switch. Well, you'd have to sit there 3 years to get the whole bonus. So holy mackerel. That's not worth it. I wish they give it to you right away. You know, Trucking and OD podcast. What's going on? It's good to see you today. You might be done with heavy haul. Just the other day, the last video I watched, which is probably a couple videos before this couple that you posted here, said you'd want to get the biggest load possible. You said if it was 40 feet wide, you were in. So holy mackerel. Fine print on it. Yeah, if anybody has this contract or whatever, send it. The problem is they'd have a real problem. The ad says exactly what it pays and no fine. There's no fine print. It says no. It actually says no strings attached. So you're an OD broker. Nice. The two of you should get together. Just rolled through your neighborhood. 3 Menards drops. Oh, did you hit the Menards over here? Nice. Did you save money? Big money. Does Hirschbach have company drivers? Yeah, their ad says company drivers on there. 18 and 19s and newer, it says. Thought they're pushing everybody. I'm sure they do want it to push everybody in there. And I did saw a lease purchase ad for them. Hey, now over $1 a mile. Okay, so now over $1 a mile for lease purchase. So that's pretty impressive. You drive 55 for that? Oh, well, maybe. Paying bonus team making $3,400 a week. That's all right. 1,700 work there. Turnover is tremendous. They have lots of freight. Well, if they have freight and they have a huge turnover, if they have all this freight, how about instead of all these goofy bonuses and stuff, just raise everybody's pay? How about that? That seems like a better solution rather than stay and get this thing. Hey, just give people more money and hire better people. They added a 0 accidentally. I don't think so. Hirschbach calls Blue Bunny ice cream. Nice. Yeah. The weight gain for the truck and the driver. Was one of the major carriers to start with Covenant or just Coven. Sounds like plenty of strings. It says no strings. So could there be strings if they say no strings? I'm not sure. They treat drivers horribly over there. Yeah, I would assume so because companies that treat the drivers better, they don't have these huge sign-on bonuses. So you're not going to see that at a better place. You know, you're not gigantic 5-digit bonuses. Oh my gosh. Where's the ad? Just all over. Log on, man. Just go type in a Hirschbach $30,000 sign-on. Tons of them come up. It's all over the place. So believe me. What have you heard about Danny Herman trucking out of Mountain City? Anybody on here from DHT? 17, you have to team with a stranger? No, it'd be good if you had somebody with you. You can easily get 1,700 doing solo. I agree with that. Endless roller wieners. Oh, for end users. You imagine the roller wieners you can buy for $30,000. 2 for $333. You can get a lot of them. I remember I asked how much money is enough for over the road. You said 250. Well, 204.7. That's pretty good. I don't mean that's enough. I mean, in 5 years you could save 250, but yeah. And if you want, I'll give you my PayPal. You can it'll accept 204.7 thousand. So that I will tell you, that's incredible. And you're probably in the top couple of percent of people in the United States for saving. Certainly. Most people, what did they say? 40% of people couldn't come up with $500 if they needed it. So no driver should be rolling for less than 70 cents, considering all the political riots. You shouldn't roll in anywhere where they don't have the cops out there. Okay. What do you think about Martin? Yeah, I was like Martin. They had dedicated runs and guaranteed detention pay. So I've had a number of drivers write in that seemed to like it there. So I was always okay on that. There's a catch, 30,000. Look, it says no strings. That's why I was hoping to get a Hirschbach driver on. Is no strings really no strings? You just work there your year, presumably not having accidents and stuff, which you shouldn't have anyway. And at the end of the year, you get $5,000. Next year, 10,000 is added to a check, and the next year, 30,000 or 15,000 is added to a check. Is that how it really works? Is it really just that easy to get it? It's $200 a week. Okay, it's 200. If you did it 3 years, they could just add $200 a week. You should reach out and try to get them on the show. Yeah, I don't know if they would come on the show or not. Sign-on bonus is a mousetrap. I agree. You should never change jobs for a sign-on bonus. That's never worth it. Try how much downtown Indianapolis was boarded up. Of course, they boarded up the Best Buy over here by me. So, I don't know what to say about that. We all know why they did that. Martin, great company. Yeah, right. I send people over there. They'll find a reason to fire you. Well, will they find a reason to fire you about it? I mean, maybe. Opinion on truck drivers driving into protester-filled cities. I mean, if there's a protest or whatever, if you feel you're unsafe, you shouldn't go there. In your car, in a truck, or anything else. Don't go where you're unsafe. It's certainly not worth, you're not delivering a kidney for a transplant, okay? Whatever it is you have can wait till something is safer. If there's some big protest, I agree. Look, I avoid Indianapolis now, okay? I don't go through Indy anymore since all this started. I go around, so. Targeting emails 3 times a day from England, offering you a $20 gift card. Oh, right. For appreciation for working. Found out they're scamming drivers. You have to sign. Absolutely. Right. I don't know if it was you, but a number of people have written to me about this. Apparently, England's sending out emails that say, hey, you forgot to sign some document. I forget exactly how it's worked, but you forgot to sign this. If you'll just fill this document out and sign it, here's a $20 Amazon or e-card for somewhere. No. A lot of these people don't even work there. It's to hold them harmless for something, I'm sure. Not being an attorney, people find that hard to believe. You should certainly contact one if you want legal advice about it. But my just personal advice, I would trash the email. I wouldn't sign it. Saying you can't sue them for receive comp for a current lawsuit. Yeah, I'm sure it's relieving them of some kind of liability. You're having a hard time believing this bonus since it's coming from a company, Comfortable Man. It isn't a lot of their ads. So they would have a tough time weaseling out of it when you present them 40 ads. And I'd certainly print one out before I went to work there. Rolling through for Columbus, Indiana. All right, that's super nice. Hello from St. Louis, the grumpy trucker. Hey, what's happening out there in St. Louis? You have to tolerate any abuse for 12 months. Yeah. Well, but the next 12 months of abuse, you get 10. And if you can tolerate another year of abuse, you get 15,000. If you could tolerate it for 5, you could tolerate it for 15. It could be legit. I think it's a legit bonus. I'm wondering what kind of company has to pay you $30,000 to make you work there. That's more than nurses get around here. Okay. That's more than, a lot of other things. So, but you don't see many companies, trucking companies, putting out $30,000 bonuses. Michael Muller, Smith Transport is thinking about restructuring breakdown pay from daily after 24 hours to $16 an hour after the first hour, like detention. That's better. I think it should be that way. I think breakdown pay should be immediate. Okay, because as soon as you break down, you should get paid. Don't try to cross the bridge when there's 10,000 people protesting. Yes, don't do that. If you see protests, you should always be running traffic anyway. Just avoid the area. I think that'd be better. No strings attached. There are chains. Oh, that's very good. Very good. I wish I had a chain sound in the background. Happy Father's Day from the New York metro area. Thank you, Trucker Wild. Yes, going great here today. Did you get in first, Christina? I don't know if we got in first today because this is on a different thing. The other tomorrow's show is already scheduled and it's on another. It's a big deal. So I don't know who came in here first. Don't forget Uncle Sam's going to get half of it. Well, yes. Okay, still. Cash is king. I agree. There's taxes, but they're still handing it out. So if you got $7,500, $9,500, it's still money. It's real money. Heard they don't have miles. They say that they have tons of freight. They must have freight or they wouldn't be paying out these huge bonuses. Didn't see the bonus on their website. No, it's not actually on their website. So, but a lot of companies are way behind on updating their websites. If you look at the bottom, someone would say last update 2014 or whatever. So, and they're still in 8-bit, so it isn't, but it is in a lot of ads. Just look their ads up. So there you go. BTD Trucking and Opelousas, Louisiana. Nice. No strings, only whips. Oh, that's even better. And chains. Do you know anything about reliable carriers? Hopefully they're all reliable. But that the movers, the reliable movers. I've never done bed bugging or other than 3 days, which I've talked about on the show before. So I don't know anything more about it. I agree. Breakdown pay should be disclosed and pay quickly. Yeah. As soon as you call them, I think that's how it works for me. If I call and say I'm broke down, as soon as they find out about it, I call them and go, broke down, bingo, you start getting paid until you're rolling. That's how they do it. So, and that's how I think it should be at most places for breakdown pay. Geek Struck, I'm stuck with permits. I can only drive the way they want or I break the law. That's correct. That's the beauty of oversized. That's why you make all the big money over there. That's how you can afford a castle on the East Coast, and the rest of us have to just live normally. How about that? There's a reason why it's not on their website. They're running it in ads. I mean, it'd be tough to say. I don't think it's that kind of scam or anything like that. I don't think so. Maybe one of you, hey, if you got some free time, call them up. They all seem to know my number or whatever. Call them up like you're a driver that wants to come and work there and see what they say. Please provide reference of 30,000 stores. Every ad is running for it. So if they want me, they need a large car. You get that at Reliable. Happy Father's Day to you, Mark. George Wilson, thank you. I missed the boat too late in life for me. Oh, that's all right. Kids are all gone out of the house. It's just me and the cat at the moment. The car hauler company. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Hauling cars in there, certainly. Wonder how the recruiters are using this bonus to get new drivers. Oh, it'll at least get people to call. And the more calls you get, the more people you get. That's how you sell anything, right? If you just talk to enough people, enough of them, eventually somebody will buy your product. I'm going to stay on this channel in an effort to be first tomorrow. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Instead of paying a bonus like that, just raise your mileage pay. I know. Why don't they just pay everybody more money that's there? Or if the problem is treatment there, which it must be, or people would stay. Because people, when you talk to drivers, every company that does surveys, the main reason people leave is not pay. It's treatment. People are treated poorly and they go work somewhere else. It's very rarely pay unless it's really low and you're getting a huge bonus, because really leaving for 3 cents, 7, 5, 6 cents, that's not worth it with all the hassle of changing jobs. I don't think that's worth it. So time to pay drivers for everything they do. That's exactly correct. Why don't we just do that? Just pay everybody by the hour, but they don't want to do that. Fatty 2x4. Yeah. 30,000 sign on. So 5,000 first year at the end of first year, 10,000 second year, 15,000 third year. Would you change for $30,000? Basically $200 a week over whatever you make. Is that worth it? I don't think it's ever worth going for a bonus. Now, if they paid it first week, that's maybe another story. Then you go work there. Bob's going to stick with Prime. Right. You see, you're not going to leave because of this bonus. As long as you're treated well, most people will stay at a company, even if it pays less. It's worth staying. It's worth staying. I'm leaving where I am because of treatment. Hot mess. Exactly. People leave for treatment. Even if they offer you a raise, you'd probably still leave because you're not being treated well. That's what I don't understand. Ricardo, truckers protesting in Houston were threatened jail for interfering with commerce by blocking the interstate. Why don't protesters get threatened or jailed for interfering with commerce? Because that makes bad press. It makes people seem like there's something that they aren't. Now, I agree with you. Anybody that's blocking the interstate should be jailed. Okay. If it's a truck driver, you want to block the interstate, you get off of there. If it's a protester, you get off of there. I totally agree. But you can't do this with protesters because boom, then what? You're labeled, right? You're labeled. Oh, look at that person. They're not letting people protest or whatever. So they're a certain thing. I don't like any of it. Right. But I agree. They should bring buses in and hose them off the highway with a fire hose and jail everybody. I drive one of your Steel Horse. Hey, what's going on? I drive by one of your weekly. It always has a bunch of tricks sitting on it. Other than that, I don't know anything about them. Oh, okay. How much are they paying without the bonus? I don't know what their pay rate is at Hirschbach. I do know the lease does say now paying over $1, which I enjoy. Hot mess. You make good money. Don't like how they treat me. Right. The money is never the thing because you can get money, but the treatment, when you're treated like garbage somewhere, the money's never worth it. I'd rather take a pay cut for a place that'll treat me better than have to go in somewhere and be treated like garbage all day. That's horrible. Swift is begging you to come back to work. They've sent me 20 text messages. You should try to, you know what? You should try and see if they'll up their offer or whatever. I would have to tell Hirschbach you need that cash up front. They're going to say, well, how about if we give you a post-dated check? You want 30? Michael Muller wants $35 an hour for all on duty and driving time. Oh, wow. That would be high. James Faust, thanks for being here. And yeah, even though it's Sunday, I still don't really mention where I work. And that keeps them out of the videos, including live videos. And I don't recruit for them or for Hirschbach, either one, although we don't have a huge sign-on bonus. So I think that just works out better that way. Either pay the bonus or it's a no-no. Well, they know what we all know. If they gave you $30,000 on your first check, okay, you'd sit through orientation, get that check and leave. You'd never take a load or anything, honestly, right? I'd go work there. If it was $30,000 on your first check, so you go orientation, then you drive for a week and you get $30,000 plus that week. Okay, that's great. And I'd say, well, I guess I'll see you later. Are they still trying to defund the police? Some cities would still like to do that. The people would said, hey, why were we funding the police? That's kind of crazy. My company's a poster boy for mistreatment. Well, Bill, your company is always voted as one of the top companies in the nation. Block the number. I think you mess with Swift if they're doing that kind of text messages and see what you can get. Hey, what I really like is this, and just see what they do with it. I think that'd be fun to do, really. A hot mess. Oh, it's $1.15. Yeah, well, then they're right. It's over $1 a mile. Now that I know many owner operators on here are saying to themselves, wow, $1.15, that is good money. I'm going to go over there. So I would advise you to look that number up and head right on over there. Kevin, you were terminated for pushing a union. I'm sure my former, even though it's illegal to do that, to terminate somebody, my former coworkers and I were pushing for it due to how we were treated. No one was happy with taking a $300 a week pay cut. Right. As soon as you say union at a place, they boot you out of there, even though it's illegal to boot you for that. Hirschbach is a bottom feeder scum sucking company. Nice. That's super nice. Swift can't get any drivers to pick up and deliver in the rioting cities. Oh, and so they want you to do it. They go, would you mind doing this? We can't get drivers to go in these cities that are rioting. It's calmed down around here, I will say that. They're even taking the fencing down around the courthouse downtown. We have a historic courthouse, Tippecanoe County Courthouse, and they fenced it all off. I make $23 an hour local, 12 shifts, and 60-hour week. That's pretty good, right? All your time is paid, though. That's the thing. All your time is paid. For Steer England, I'm a hero there. That's why I do it. I feel really good about every load. I feed a baby. So that's more than Sally Struthers is doing, by the way. Have you seen her feeding people lately? No. And there's probably 9 people on here only. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Treatment of drivers is key. Everyone's on a first name basis, and you got a Freightliner because all the issues with my Peterbilt. We're smaller and family oriented. Yeah, absolutely. Treatment, they could pay you a little less, probably not a lot less, right? But they don't have to pay as much if they'll treat you better. Companies don't realize that they can save money by just treating people better. They're not saving money by cutting pay. Just treat people better and they'll stay for, a little bit lower pay, a little lower pay. They go 14 cents a mile. We may have to talk about it. You'll say where you work when you leave and move to Southern End. Yeah, absolutely. Right. I'll put out, I'm planning a week of videos about the company. So that should be good fun right there. Good miles. Yeah. Thank you very much. So Kenneth Snyder, I heard that liability insurance might go to $2 million. Yeah, thank you very much for that. And I did hear they're going to double the liability insurance requirements for owner operators, right, to $2 million. Is that good? I mean, look, accidents now, as we see from this guy in Denver, and that can go way more than the $1 million minimum. It doesn't go up. What we could do, what I'd probably think is better, maybe. How about it's indexed every year for inflation? Would that be fair? So each year it goes up a couple of percent, and then every year it can go up that way rather than just suddenly doubling it because it hasn't gone out. That seems more fair, right? So maybe next year it goes up to, $1,020,000, then $1,040,000. It goes up slowly so people can keep up with it. They let it sit there and then they don't raise it. And then suddenly they're like, oh, let's double this now. And then everybody's got to pay a bunch of money. That's not really fair to the people trying to make a living. Pam Transportation's number one bottom feeding company. Well, it depends where you work, I guess, on how that works. Sitting at home in our new energy efficient home. Oh, fancy. Uncle Cracker. I love it. We have to change that name now. It seems somewhat offensive. And the power has been out for a few hours. Oh, that's super efficient. Good test for a home, and I give it an A+ because it's hot outside. Yeah, exactly. Now, the good thing in Lafayette, in this side of town, from downtown out this way, all the wires are buried. So very rarely do I lose power in town. So Sierra England is actually the bottom feeding company. You're a hero when you work there. So Wait a minute, am I missing a day? It's not Monday. I'm just popping in. Look, I'm just popping in. How about that? I'm like a pop-up video. It's another thing people don't remember. Sally Struthers looks more like she was feeding on babies. Oh man. Oh, Meathead wouldn't appreciate you saying that. How many of those companies have you worked for? I know I'm making you laugh. Yeah, that's really something, right? You just never know which one it is. I thought, look, 30 grand, would that attract people? Maybe. Would people go there for $30,000? Maybe. That's certainly going to get them phone calls. Will any of you call? That's what maybe one of you could call. Let me know how it goes. Call up and say, I'm interested, but I saw 30,000. What's the strings? Tell them, oh, I know there's got to be strings, or I just can't believe it. Your guys, I've heard so many good things about you. Always say that. The recruiters love hearing that. I heard 0.06% of trucking accident settlements go over the $1 million of current liability. Okay, well, that would make sense because most of them are probably small dings. So indexing it to inflation, where it just goes up a couple percent a year, 20 grand on the million, that seems like it would be better and more affordable for everybody. Isn't one of the guys, too, that's pushing it, one of the people in Congress, aren't they like they're trial lawyers or something, right? And they're members of some trial lawyer thing. So, yeah. Insurance rates, just like the in the VAR, more accidents you have, the higher your rate. Yeah, so it would be a personal thing too. Like, so if you wreck a bunch of cars, 30,000 for sign-on, that's the sign of a what company. It would seem like it. It would seem like, wow, this place, it's got to be garbage. They got to give all this money out. Christina Jones has been storming here. I know who Sally Struthers is, but didn't know she fed people. Yeah, she used to do commercials that say, for just 39 cents a day, you can feed little Matumbo here. And she'd always have some kid with flies flying around him. For just 39 cents a day, you can feed him. And I'm like, for $43 a day, I can feed you, Sally Struthers. So that's how it worked with her. But yeah, she did all these commercials, and you just sign up today. Just sign up right now. Plus, we'll give you this t-shirt with Matumbo's picture and flies on the shirt and stuff. Mm-hmm. Remember, everybody that knows the commercial knows what I'm talking about. She was like totally pandering. It's not like she's over there making gruel for everybody or whatever. The girl from All in the Family, her cousin was my PE instructor in Oswego High School. Really? Her cousin? Tell me you have a signed picture of Sally Struthers. Did you hear anything about the driver ran over someone close to St. Louis? He was charged. It seems like the police were on his side. No, I haven't heard about the St. Louis one. Don't count on bonuses. They're most likely never going to get it. Never count on the bonus. Take a bonus. If it's a place you want to work, then the bonus is extra, exactly what it is. So your wife is a lawyer. That's pretty good. Does England still run 3 per truck? As far as I know, they haven't said that they canceled that. So 30,000, there better not be a drive cam. Oh, tell me you take 20 and then keep the drive cam. There's another drive cam too now. So now they have all these. One can tell your temperature. One can actually look where your eyes are looking. So if you don't look at the road for a couple of seconds, right, it takes a picture and sends it in. So did YRC ever pay their employees insurance? No, that was just out this week. And YRC has said, look, we still don't have any money. So, hey, we'll catch you next. We'll gladly pay you Tuesday for health insurance today. That's exactly basically what Yellow is saying right now. The Hammer still is pushing it. The Hammer probably is all about that. He'd like that. I think better to index it to inflation. That's more reasonable, and I think that's something everybody could get behind then. Sally Struthers, spokesperson for UNICEF. Was she the spokesperson for UNICEF? The United Nations International Children's Education Fund? UNICEF. How about that? Sally was extremely overfed. She got big and later in life. Crap, boss calling. Everyone be safe. Okay, Geeks Trucking. We'll see you later. I remember the commercials, but I guess I don't remember her doing them. I learned something. Yeah, she was on them. A lot of people did them. And it's stars that I think make themselves feel better. Because look, if you want to do charity work and do commercials to get people help, okay, but you should also do a lot of that stuff, in private. So, Buy American, boycott China. Right, that's correct. You should always do that if you can. You should boycott any country. You should always buy in the country you live. So, yeah, people from Canada or whatever, buy Canadian. Right, go get a Pontiac Firefly. I like original Alice in Wonderland. She played in it, didn't she? Oh, I don't know about that. I haven't seen Sally Struthers in too many other things. Michael Muller, can we sue the Hammer for inciting four-wheelers to brake check or trying insurance fraud? Well, that's why you need a dash cam, right? And he's always on top of a truck too. Get a dash cam so you can prove the brake checking. This is good. Amity scored. YRC is going to put the C in bankruptcy if they keep it up. That is good. Putting the C in bankruptcy. That's something you could have on like a pendant that hangs on the wall. JD just woke up. Is it money? You're waking up. It's almost time to go to bed already. Like the original. Let's see. And that got deleted. So that's what I wanted to come out today. It's 30 minutes. I don't want to hold everybody up on a Sunday. Today, 30,000 Hirschbach. We'll be live again tomorrow, of course, at a little bit early, 12:30 p.m. Going to be a little early because my schedule changed due to the Rona. So that's what we're doing here. What is that? $2 million insurance covered? Be just like it's liability insurance, just like your car. Most people don't carry $2 million on their car, 100, 300. So we want to be fair that the CEO and board of directors forgo pay until the employees get their insurance. Oh, well, that would be fair. I wonder if the CEO and board of directors have to if they have to forego their insurance. That's the thing. Is it only employee insurance or is it, executive insurance also? That's another one. So compliment, thank you for that and for being here. Sally Struthers. Is she Jabba the Hutt in South Park? Oh, I haven't seen that show in a while. She might be. I can't work for a company that can't run and work for a company that did not give me the miles. I don't want to work for a company that doesn't pay me. Yeah, they should have miles. But Hirschbach look, they must have things to do. They wouldn't pay this out to have drivers and not do anything with them. Artie Richards, $12.50 a week, home every week. But you do not get home at the time you asked for. It's 6 p.m. Friday. We get you home by midnight. So you should ask for 6 p.m. Thursday. So that would get you home sometime on Friday. You got to always work the system, right? Thank you, James Faust. And I appreciate coming in on a Sunday. And see, my dummy senator, Dick Durbin, was the one that proposed the increase in insurance. He's a Democratic senator in Illinois. He's been a senator since Bill Clinton. Hopefully he doesn't get it. Yeah, and I'm sure he's saying that always these people that are in office a long period of time, always blame whoever's in office now. Oh, look at what this person, I can solve this. You've been in office 40 years and haven't solved anything already. So that's in all of them, right? Sally is in the getaway. So I didn't know she did all this stuff. Reelected again this year. Of course, yeah, he will get reelected. It might be first tomorrow because you're starting now. Well, Bill, right? But it was up the other day, and I did write that down. Average between $2,900 and $3,500 a week, and my paycheck is $1,200 to $1,500 take home. Right. So that's good money. But could you do better at Hirschbach? Remember, it's $200 a week. It's $200 extra dollars a week. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Yeah, happy Father's Day. I should say that right. I missed it. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And for the fathers that can't be here with us, we will remember them today. My dad passed away in 2004. So it's for me to carry on the name, as they say. And everybody else, enjoy the day out there. Michael's protesting in front of Chicago with my family. All right. Well, hey, as long as anyone that wants to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievance, I'm all for that. So even if I don't agree with it, I encourage you to do it, because if I have a protest I want to go out to, I expect to have my voice heard too. Do not block traffic or do other illegal things or businesses, though. You mad at something, you can't start fires, but protesting, absolutely. It's only $200 a week if you commit to 3 years. Cash is king. That's right. It's like an extra $200 a week. I will say that's more than most places give you. It's in fact the most I've seen. I don't see $200 a week from anybody. So really, no kidding. Not voting for Dick Durbin, but where he is, right? It's a cakewalk. It'd be like him trying to get elected in Indiana. It would be no. Or it'd be zero down here because, Democrats run, especially around Indianapolis. No way. They just don't have any chance. So it's almost impossible to do it. Well, Bill, your dad's been gone 30 years. Yeah. So I'm sorry for that. And everybody always remember your dad, especially if they're not here. So get rid of land-based super radios off 19. Yeah, Kenneth Snyder, I appreciate that. And I agree with you, right? Hey, get a ham radio and get on there and talk to regular people. No up in the power on those CBs. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm out of here. I said I would. I want to hold everybody. I just wanted to put that 30,000 out there. See what you thought. Your own protest. Nothing matters. We'll be back live tomorrow at 12:30. Thanks for popping in here on a Sunday. Sunday, it's crazy. There'll be more weird, crazy things going on. All right, and we will be back tomorrow. So thanks out there. Happy Father's Day, and we'll see you.